So I wanted to show you this new comic I got that I'm looking forward to reading the whole series of. This is called Fatale. It's by Ed Brubaker, who's the writer, and Sean Phillips, who's the artist. And on this front cover, you can actually see that it's actually black and white. The second cover, the second issue, is in color, but it's just the cover that's in black and white. We can tell it's in black and white because down here there's no color on the image logo. It's just a way to save money on the printing, I guess. Although the back cover is color, so maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong. In any case, this is a new book in the tradition of a bunch of books that they've done together, Brubaker and Phillips. One called Incognito, another called Criminal, and I think there's a couple more in the series, and I've read everything so far. The only thing that I haven't done has been getting the individual issues. I've got a couple of them since I started reading, but I found these, the Sean Phillips Brubaker books at the library, and I just tore through them in trade paperbacks, and they're really wonderful. And what they bring together is the combination of the art and great storytelling. So, as you can see, the art is a little bit stylized. Beautiful color. And the story is fantastic. This is a story kind of hard-boiled noir mixed with what looks to be like a Lovecraftian horror set, I think, in the 50s and in the modern times. Modern times looks like it's going to be a framing story, and that's what we're seeing here. And then after this, well, check that out. That's like, what the hell's going on? This looks interesting. And it is. So we get this framing story, and then we get chapter 1. And this continues right up to the end, and you can see it looks pretty interesting. Where we get the reason I bought this as a floppy, as they're called, the original comic, rather than waiting for the trade, and that is the bonus material at the back, which is really terrific. And that's what we're seeing here. So there's a regular column called The Secret Ingredient Is, in which Brubaker talks about making the comic, and a bunch of other stuff too, lots of thank yous. But this next page is the reason I bought this comic. Check it out. H.P. Lovecraft and the Horror of the Unseen. An article by Jess Nevins. And Jess Nevins is, he's just a great scholar of everything I want to read. He's got an essay here talking about, basically it's an introductory essay to Lovecraft, but I learned a lot from it, and I'm well interested in this subject. But check out that great art. Isn't that wonderful? And the essay is just a couple of pages, but well worth getting, because sadly it's not available anywhere except in these floppies. So that's making me buy these floppies now. Now, yeah, here on the back page we see the other books that are available. Sleeper, I've read that. It's good. It's kind of a supervillain turns superhero undercover. Pretty good stuff. Great writing. Coward, Lawless, The Dead, The Dying, Bad Night, The Sinners, and The Last of the Innocent. Those are all criminal books, subtitled, and they're collected in deluxe edition, which I will show you in a minute. Incognito is a related series to Sleeper, I think, and I found it also very good. I think that's where a superhero goes undercover with the supervillains, and it's done more as a crime series than as a superhero series, which is one of the reasons I like it. And that's the first issue. Issue 2, which has a color cover, also wonderful, as you can see, called Fatale. Continues right at chapter 2 and gives us more of the 1950s story, and there seems to be something like cultists and immortality and some police corruption. It looks like it's going to be well developed, and I don't know how long it's going to run, but I assume it's going to be at least 3 or 4 more issues, because we're certainly nowhere near the end of this story by the time we get to the end of it. There's a lot of characters have been introduced, and there's already a lot of blood and backstory that we're finding out about. There's this mysterious symbol, her symbol, written in lipstick on a napkin. There's something about that symbol going on, and I'm wondering where it comes from. And back at the end here, I actually thought that picture might have been from a movie, but now I'm thinking it's just something from the upcoming. And now the best part, the reason I bought this mag. Edgar Allan Poe, Reality as a Grotesque Deception by Jess Nevins. Look at that stunning, beautiful art. And we get a great essay talking about Poe, an introductory essay about Poe. Why would I need to read that? Well, Jess Nevins, he's just such a great scholar. He finds all these interesting facts that even, me, who's been reading about Poe for a long time, said, oh, I didn't make that connection, and talks about all these great books. Like, I didn't know Sir Walter Scott wrote a horror novel. That sounds really fascinating. I have to try and find a copy of that. And I'm a big fan of this this mag so far. It's really working well for me. So I think they're like $3.50 each or something like that. It's not, yeah, $3.50, about that. And this is what I bought. This is the only other Ed Brubaker, Sean Phillips collection I've got actually in my hands, in my collection, and that is Criminal, the Deluxe Edition, big hardcover. Yeah, it's not cheap. It was $55.99, something like that, 60 bucks. But it is a beautiful hardcover. This includes Coward, Lawless, The Dead and the Dying. So not all of the Criminal. So I'm assuming more are to come. There's a little introduction by Dave Givens, and we get the full cover art that's beautiful. And then it's a bank robbery story. Beautiful paper, a little bit oversized, as you can see. Right, it's a little bit oversized compared to the floppies, but it's a fantastic looking book. The thing is I've read all of these stories, and I actually bought it hoping to see what I was missing, which is the essays by Jess Nevins, and they're not in here. They are bonus material only for the comics, the floppies, because they're trying to, I guess, get paid on the way to getting these trade paperbacks out. And if they don't get enough of the floppies out, they won't be able to make the trades, I guess is the idea. So they suckered me in, but we got some beautiful covers here. Criminal. Look at that. It's beautiful. And then this is a little trailer for the series. That's cool. And so at the end we get past these are from the backs, sort of essays, but it says, in the Criminal single issues, where we generally serialize these stories, we have a lot of extras at the back of the issues. I consider Criminal to be a magazine in many ways, a place for me and Sean to put our stories, but also a place to write about the crime genre itself, too. I generally ramble about whatever I'm reading or researching or print a few letters, and then we have articles that are longer and more serious informal essays, sort of. But the thing is they're not all in here. So they've got articles about Out of the Past, this wonderful film noir, but the article's not in here. There's just the picture. Oh, wait. I'm wrong. Out of the Past is in here, but this is one by Brubaker. So I would say that the Jess Nevins ones are not in here. That's what it is. Johnny Toe. I don't know that movie, but I should read this article right now. Caught in the Undertow by Jake Gnarly Brown. Touch of Evil. Last of Silence. The Neo-Noir. I recognize, I'm not sure who this is, but I've seen these movies. All good. The Long Goodbye, great movie. Blaxploitation, no article. The Burglar, no article. TV Cops and Movie Tough Guys. Where's the article? The Yakuza. And then there's a little criminal short in the back here. Still, I think, you know, if you're going to have something on your bookshelf, this is a pretty great book to have because it's great reading. I don't even think you need to, you know, start with the trades like I did, because once I got the first one, I said, oh yeah, this is great, but I didn't know that this existed until afterwards. And so I ended up getting it for free at the library and then paying for it afterwards, which I think is a good way to go anyways. So that's it for now.